They're back on a winning track. You're fighting Phillies. Ricky Pitalico, Ruben Amaro Jr., I'm Michael Barkan. This was the 54th game of the season, okay? They are exactly 1/3 through the schedule. You triple the, they got 35 wins now? You triple that, that's 105 wins on the season. I'm just saying. 2-0 Phillies as we welcome you to Postgame Live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance. Ricky Bo will get to all the good stuff.
Yeah.
It was a slim, by the skin of your teeth victory. And
I didn't feel like that.
unfortunately,
I'm going to tell you something. I didn't feel like that. I thought the Phillies had this game in hand.
You
I
said
know
that
it
during the
sounds
seventh inning update.
It sounds a little strange, but there are certain games that you go into where you feel like the team has the game under control, and then there's those games where you feel like, oh, this thing could fall apart at any minute. I just think after the day off, I thought the bullpen would be strong, which they were. Strom was good, Kirkering was good, and Romano looked fantastic in the ninth inning. Ranger was good. I thought there were some issues. I'm going to say this both ways. The umpire stunk. So, I mean, you can't really go after the umpire too much. If he's bad both ways, he's bad both ways. But Ranger fought through that. He had a really, really good changeup in this game, and that's one thing that I always look for in Ranger, because it's all about establishing that inside part against the right-handers and then being able to drop that changeup on the outside part of the plate.
Ruben, Rangers 4-0. It's his third shutout outing of the season.
I mean, I think he's throwing the ball extremely well, and Ricky said it. I think he is sort of coming into his own, because I look at some of the numbers here in some of the last few games that he's pitched in his last 3 games, and he's mixed up his arsenal. It's unbelievable. He had 33% sinkers. I mean, and he hasn't been throwing that pitch a whole lot, but he's finding ways to get outs. He's a little bit like some other guys, even like Zach Wheeler. When Zach doesn't have his breaking ball, for instance, he'll go to his sinker. If he doesn't have, his splitter, he'll go to a different pitch. Well, Ranger's doing the same sort of thing, and he had an excellent changeup working. It was very impressive. He's mixing it up and finding the pitch that works for him that day, and he's getting it done, and great job by JT behind the plate as well.
And that's a fantastic point, because I was looking up his strikeouts after, because I felt like when I was watching this game that things were different all the time for him. And when you look at his strikeouts, a lot of guys will go out there and try to strike you out with the same pitch. Like, for instance, a Spencer Strider. You're going to get fastballs early in the count, then maybe he'll try to drop that slider on you and get a strikeout. But instead, Ranger is one of those guys that will mix up 4 or 5 different pitches throughout the ball game. You might not see the same pitch twice.
Yep.
I knew that I could throw anything away. It could be a fastball away, a backdoor breaking ball on the outside part of the plate, a changeup, anything I wanted out there, because you know why? They're not going to lean out over the plate, because if you accidentally come in there 3 times in a row, then they're going to take one right in the chops.
Can I just mention the bottom line there? I mean, this was his fifth start of the season. Just making sure. 1.01 ERA in his last 4 starts. That is unheard of.
Well, that's how good he was in the first part of the season last year. I mean, you got to give him a little bit of a break after the first game. It didn't seem like he had his stuff. Wasn't quite ready to, wasn't major league ready when he threw that first game. But since then, he's been lights out. He was lights out in the early part of the season last year, maybe the best pitcher in all of baseball for about a month and a half or 2 months, until he started having some issues with his health. But that's what he looks like right now. Hopefully he makes that money run all year long. That'll be big for the Phillies.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the top 2 pitchers for the Phillies now, and Zach Wheeler and Jesus Luzardo, and you can add Ranger Suárez, 1, 2, 3. It really is scary.
It's becoming in really good shape. Think about this for a second. Think how much depth they have. Yeah. We saw what Mick Abel could do when he came up. Painter's going to be up here at any given time. And Aaron Nola. I mean, Nola's not going to be as bad as he was the whole season. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. I think he's going to come back and he's going to pitch a lot better than he was. This team has depth, a lot of depth at the starting pitching position. Okay. I would do it as soon as possible, because you don't want these guys to just go flatline.
Mm-hmm. I do think that they have an internal option if, in fact, they do slide. When Nola comes back, they have a chance to maybe slide Taijuan Walker back into that bullpen and see what he can do. So that might be an internal possibility. But I'm sure that Dave Dombrowski's looking out there. I have to say this. The bullpen has been much maligned, and there's a question about it. But when you hold a team like this, and I know Atlanta's not swinging the bats like they typically do, you hold a team down to no runs for 3 innings after Ranger did his job, that's doing your job. It's not an easy thing to do.
But
we were talking about it off camera. It's a tough thing to do.
The thing is, I don't have a problem with the guys that are out there right now. What I do have a problem with is the depth in the bullpen. When you don't have enough guys to go at it. I mean, Ruben made the bad move back in 2001, bringing in 2 guys from the Mets. Did not help us at all.
How dare you? He's still unforgiven. He's still unforgiven. All right.
I forgave him.
He doesn't have the command to get in, but someone will pay for that. I got to believe there's a lot of baseball to play against the Atlanta Braves, and I will tell you that somebody on that mound will do the job by retaliating. I'm not sure when. They have plenty of time to do it. But it certainly should happen because for me, even if it wasn't purposeful to hit him, I think that the retaliation sometimes is the right thing to do.
He's been hit too much, wouldn't you say, Ricky Bo, over the last 4 games?
Way too much. But the Phillies don't throw inside. I mean, you know, that's something that you're taught to do. A lot of these guys were not taught to do that in the minor leagues. So they come up and they really don't throw inside unless it's by accident. I'll tell you right now, Romano had 2 outs in that 9th inning. I know it's a 2-run game, but he had an opportunity to crush the one guy on the team that probably would do it.
He was the guy. We were taking wagers in the press box.
I don't know.
He was the guy to get it.
I don't know how the players look at it now, but I mean, if my guys were getting beamed, I don't think I could sit back and just do nothing.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you, but we'll see what happens tomorrow and also on Thursday. Rob Thomson talking to the media, and the first topic, of course, is Bryce Harper.
His question is, how's Bryce, and any long-term concern or short-term even about tomorrow and beyond?
I don't know. We'll have to reevaluate in the morning, but the X-rays were negative, and he's certainly in a lot of pain. So, whenever one of your top hitters or your best hitter gets hit like that, there's always some concern. But he's a tough guy too.
You didn't think there was any intent there?
No.
When you got out there, he's on the ground and he's cradling his arm. Kind of, what are you thinking the worst there?
Yeah, I mean, you're always concerned, the little crack in the bone or whatever. So the X-ray, thankfully, was negative. But, we'll just have to see tomorrow.
Rob, you obviously have a game to keep managing, but how anxious are those moments while you're waiting maybe for an update on Bryce, and where does that update come from during the game?
One of the trainers came down and told me about it. And, so I was anxious, but happy that there was no break for sure.
Just Ranger, it seemed like maybe he didn't have his best stuff at times tonight, but to grind out through 6 innings.
Yeah, and he got out of that 5th inning jam, and early in the game they put some good at bats on him. He got his pitch count up a little bit, a lot of 3-2 counts, and but he just kept grinding. I thought the changeup was really good today. He located his fastball fine. I thought he did a great job giving us 6 innings. That's a good lineup against left-hand pitch.
How have you seen Kirkering mature over the past month?
He's been really good. I mean, he's attacking hitters now, trusts his stuff, very confident. The slider's really good, and his control of it, command of it is better. But he's just attacking the hitters.
You talked before the game about needing to win these division games to see the guys win 2-0 after watching Bryce get hurt that early. What does that say about the team as a whole to run around?
Yeah, it's huge. These guys have been playing well for a while now. I'm talking about our guys, and we've been doing it in different ways. We really pitched tonight. Strider did a good job on us, and we grinded out a couple of runs. The run in the 8th was big. All-star with 2 out, a couple of base hits and a couple of walks. Great at bat by JT, and that helped us out a lot.
I think you guys have 5 shutout victories this month. Just what more can you say about how good the pitching staff has been?
Yeah, the starters, they've been giving us length, knock on wood, over and over and over. And the bullpen's doing a great job. Tremendous job tonight by all 3 of those guys. So, let's hope we just keep doing that.
I've done it before.
So, what did you think? What did you think of Howie's form?
I think he did. It was okay. It was just fine.
It worked.
He hasn't picked up. How long is the last time he picked up a baseball?
Well, you know what?
By the way,
It's probably been a little while.
We've seen enough garbage of these people throwing baseballs that it bounces, it goes to the backstop.
Yeah.
That wasn't either.
No. That
just
went in
fine.
there with some pace. Okay, speaking of pace, Ranger Suárez had it. He gets his 4th win of the season tonight. Here he is post-game in the clubhouse.
Strikeout on Olsen there to end the 5th inning. What's kind of going on there?
Un poquito sobre el ponche a Olson en el quinto inning. ¿Qué tú estabas pensando que estaba pasando ahí?
No, fue un inning bastante largo. Solo pensaba en salir lo más rápido posible de ese inning y se me complicó un poco, pero pude resolver al final.
It was a very long inning. I was just thinking about, trying to get out of it as good as I possibly could. And, it got complicated for a second there, but we were able to fight through.
What do you think's worked so well for you the last month?
¿Qué tú crees que ha funcionado durante el último mes?
Yo creo que la continuidad lanzando. Yo creo que eso me ha ayudado bastante a saber cómo manejar mis lanzamientos, especialmente mis secundarios.
I think it's just about continuing to pitch, I think that's helped me a lot with how to handle myself and using my secondary pitches better.
Did you know you were going to have a good change-up in the bullpen?
Tú sabes que tiene un buen cambio en el bullpen
Sí,
hoy.
estaba muy bueno. Sabía que en el juego no iba a estar tan bueno, por eso hubieron unos cambios que tuve buenos durante el juego.
Yeah, it was really good during the bullpen. It was extremely good during the bullpen. That's why I thought that it might not have been as good during the game, because during the bullpen it was doing a really good job to pitch.
Was it scary to see Bryce go down like that?
Yeah, sí, siempre es lamentable ver a uno de tus mejores jugadores fuera del line-up, más por un golpe. Nadie quiere salir del juego, pero espero que vuelva pronto, lo más pronto posible.
Yeah, it was really sad to him go down. I mean, you never want to see one of your best players on the team, go down like that. Even more so when it's like getting hit like that. But I just hope that he's back soon and that he feels well.
With Olsen strikeout, you kind of have a smile on your face walking off the mound. I mean, what's going through your head after making it through that?
Con el ponche de Olsen te estaba riendo un poquito, sonriendo hacia caminando al dogado. ¿Qué estaba pasando por tu mente en ese momento?
No, mira, quería porque hice lo que quería, lo que tenía en mente, salir de ese inning para poder ir afuera otra vez a lanzar otro.
Yeah, it's because I did what I wanted to, which was at the moment I just wanted to get out of the inning, and so we were able to get out of the inning and go out for the next one.
To hear that it's an elbow contusion and X-rays are negative for Bryce, what's your reaction to that? A big sigh of relief to hear that?
Sí, un golpe en el codo y negativo, las imágenes que se le hicieron, eso es un poquito de alivio para nosotros.
Oh, sí, no había escuchado nada sobre eso todavía. Gracias por decírmelo. Sí, siempre es bueno saber eso, que todo salió negativo, que esperemos que sea un golpe nada más y que se recupere pronto.
I hadn't heard about it, so thank you for updating me. It's always good when those kind of things come out that it's all the images were negative, and that hopefully it's just going to be it was going to be that blow for him and nothing too serious.